Right then, YouTube. Happy New Year 2020. 2020. 2020. Can you believe it? Anyway, new year, new me, new focus. I've come full circle. So, what we got? I've only gone and picked up a SEGA Blast City candy cab. So I thought I'd try and do a quick video just to show you in the light. It's quite sunny outside. Let's have a closer look. I've got some side art there. Go on the back. Some original Japanese stickers. All very interesting. So, what can we say about this then? Well, back in 2014, I went to Play Expo and I sat down on one of these and I played Donpachi and I loved it. I went away, just sit down. I went away and I bought myself a Japanese Sega Saturn, several Japanese vertical shooters, did the whole Tate vertical screen business. Rob Rockstar Runner 7 sent me a scaler, so I connected that up to a VGA monitor, and yeah, I really got into some Japanese shooters, and I've always fancied one of these. I looked at one a few years ago when they were fairly cheap, and there seemed to be quite a few around. But just before Christmas, well, probably end of August, September wise, I started looking again. Got in touch with Beeps, aka, well, Brian, aka Beeps. I asked him if he knew any going. A few weeks later, came up with this. So I very kindly convinced Brian to basically let me send this to him and for him to sort it out. The monitor wasn't working. It had the loom inside, but there was no PCB, no arcade board. It was just basically the cab. It was really, really grotty, scruffy in fact. And I'll try and put some pictures up actually, because not only did he sort all the electric side out, the electronics, get it up and running, but he actually cleaned it from top to bottom. So I'll try and stick some pictures up. So yeah, so I put Brian in charge of sorting it out for me. It's had the screen serviced. He sent that away and that's been serviced. And I've had a RetroPie installed via a jammer, Pi to jammer connector. In fact, I'll just show you that. So, unlock it. We'll have a look inside. And straight away you'll notice there's an Xbox 360 in there. So that is the Pi to jammer. Currently disconnected, because you can probably work out I've got the 360 plugged in. I do normally keep this 360 outside, keep it down the side really, just for ventilation, but I've just stuck it back inside for the time being. So yeah, he's done me a RetroPie, and I've put my JTagged Xbox 360 in there, which runs via VGA. Rob, Rockstar Runner 7 again, he did me this many years ago. This is when I was going for the whole Japanese shooters, and I had this set up on my vertical Tate VGA monitor up in the games room. So when the arcade candy cab arrived, it was in Yoko horizontal mode, and that lasted about 2 days, 3 days, and exchanging messages with Brian. Got the Xbox 360 hooked up. I had a bit of trouble with that. When I first plugged it in, the monitor wasn't liking it, and it was actually the resolution setting on the 360. But basically a combination of me, Brian and Rob messaging each other, I sorted that, so I've got that working. So anyway, after 2 days I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn the screen. So that's what I did. I had to take control panel off because this thing weighs an absolute ton. It must weigh, I reckon, it's got to be 30 plus kilograms. But because I've only got really short legs, I had to remove the control panel so I could stand close enough. This bezel comes off, undo the 4 bolts, pull it out and turn it and then put it back in. But I've got to tell you, it looks absolutely amazing. And at the minute, I've just got the Xbox 360 hooked up. And it's absolutely fantastic. I'll put some video up later on. It's no point in doing it now because it's too light here in the conservatory. I just thought I'd do this first part in some nice daylight. So yeah, it's got the Xbox 360. It's using a Brook Fighter. In fact, I'll show you. Try and show you. A Brook Fighter control panel thingamajig. Yes, it's got that there, the Brook Fighting, which basically maps the buttons of the control panel to the Pi or to the 360. A few things to do on it are I've got a select button to wire up, and I've got an Xbox home button to wire up from the controller. What else have I got to do? Oh, I want to get the coin mechanism working. I won't mind getting that working. I still have the credit button, the select button, but I won't mind getting that working because it's got the coin slot up there. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Probably could do a little bit more cleaning, but end of the day, I don't know when these came out really. Were it mid-90s, early 90s, something like that? Somebody will let me know in comments. So overall, it's in pretty good nick actually. There's a few dinks and scuffs, you know, where it's been sat, but it's been in a proper Japanese arcade. And if you've not seen the pictures already, it looks like it's been smoking about 40 a day. The amount of tar and, you know, all the yellow gunk inside. But it's solid. It all works. It all lights up. I wanted the single control panel. Bit of a story with that. I went for the single control panel, and when it turned up, it had a 2-player control panel. So Beeps got in touch with the seller, and he sent this one along. So I have got a 2-player control panel as well. But I wanted that purely because you sat dead in front of the screen. You know, you're dead in front. No point in being sat to one side. I thought I want to be sat dead in front of the machine. So yeah, there we go. Sega Blast City. A few of you have probably noticed that this past 6 months or so I've been selling various bits of my collection off. Sold the Japanese Saturn, sold the PC Engine, Turbo Express. What else have I sold? Loads of games. But basically it's just stuff that I wasn't playing or I can play on this bad boy. So yeah, I've slimmed down the collection, but I've got something that I've really always wanted. And there was no chance this were going up in the loft, so it's down here in the conservatory for the minute. And yeah, it's really good. Really happy with it. Like I said, a few more jobs to do on it, and it's always going to be a work in progress because it's a proper arcade machine. So yeah, so that's where I've been. So massive thanks to Brian Beeps for sorting it out. It was touch and go whether it was going to get delivered before Christmas. We've got Martin involved. He very kindly moved it down to Brian's initially and then up here. But yeah, it arrived just before Christmas. And he's done a cracking job as always. So yeah, really happy. So anyway, let's. I'll show you some gameplay and show you the monitor and some of the games running. And yeah, Happy New Year. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to come out. Because it's a CRT monitor, you're probably going to get a bit of rolling what you guys are seeing on the video. but I can assure you, from where I'm sat, directly in front of the monitor, it looks absolutely fantastic. This is the Xbox, the JTAG Xbox I got from Rob quite a few years ago now. I think there's about 55 games, mostly cave shooters. And I went through it the other day, and I think I've got around 22 Tate vertical shooters. So anyway, I'm sure you've all seen Dodonpachi Resurrection. But it plays really, really well. And it looks fantastic. Probably not the best game to choose and try and talk, but then again, any of these games, bullet hell shooters, are pretty impossible to try and talk. But all I can say is, when you're sat in front of the screen, it's quite immersive. It's certainly different from playing it on the LCD upstairs in the loft. And having proper arcade controls really do make the game. So that's that. I'll quickly show you the menu. That's the Xbox controller. I do need to wire up the button. So we'll go back home, freestyle home, and I'll just show you the games. Let's just load it front end. 52 games. What shall I show you next? Let's have a look. I quite like this. Now, some of these games load up vertically, but the majority load up horizontal. So I'm probably just going to have to quickly set this one up. So we'll go for Xbox 360. And the great thing with some of these, you can zoom, you can stretch the picture, you can move it about. And this is the way they were intended to be played. So I like this one, it's already set up. So I'm probably going to leave it like it is for the time being. I mean, like I said before, I've got the Retro Pi, and I've got a load of retro emulators on there. But seeing as I've turned the screen, I mean, it's not a major operation to do it. It's just heavy, really. But I'm certainly going to leave it as it is for the time being, and just play some of these Japanese shooters. So I will show you where it all began. Downsizing. So there's Dodonpachi, Black Label. I think I've got Dodonpachi running in a emulator, which is in there. Dodonpachi, Donpachi. So there we go, credit button down there. So this is the game I played back in 2014. This is where it all began.
Okay, good luck. Wing leader to base. Wing leader to base. Commencing operation.
Hopefully it's still recording, so I can't see my phone.
Go. First out. Enemy out.
And there's something
Let's see what you got.
I love about Donpachi and Dodonpachi games. In fact, cave games in general. It's so fluid and smooth. So yeah, there we go. That is a Japanese Sega Blast candy cab. Sure you've all seen videos before, but I thought I'd do a quick video for the new year. If people are interested, I'll try doing some live streams again. Maybe do a few on this down here and do some classic live streams upstairs. Hashtag GRS. Bring them back for the new year. Oh, there we go. So there we go, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Big thanks to Beeps and Rob, Rockstar Runner 7, for the Xbox. It's finally been put to some decent use. So until next time, guys, I'll see you on Cocker.